Good evening and welcome to episode 147 for Schnozzcast on Saturday, October 30th, 2021. Welcome. This is Bob, joined by my pusillanimous pals, Nick Bader, Cory Slesky, Todd Dillon, all the way from beautiful Seattle, Washington.
Word.
It's Halloween weekend, as you can see from some of us. So we got a few things to go through this week. Booze news. We'll do a little, the last installment of the haunt for this October. Little Funko This. Gentleman's Agreement, maybe a little lightning round, and pick of the week. Gentlemen, how are you?
Oh, hey. Good evening.
Yeah, I need less of a pause in between the how are you and the hey, Todd. What's up, my friend?
Well, Cory was looking at me with like bedroom eyes for some reason. I'm not sure why. So I was waiting for him to talk.
I call those my Nick eyes.
Todd, what's up?
The sky. Me. Happy Halloween Eve.
All right, what is that on your head?
It is an Oktoberfest hat. I got my lederhosen on.
Yeah? Lean into the camera just a bit so that people get a good, strong look at that.
Well, it's my fake lederhosen.
I don't care. Just lean in toward the camera so that people can see.
Yeah.
Your chapeau.
Yeah.
On your fontanelle.
All right, Mr. Dillon, big pimp.
I'm pimping. Pimping ain't easy, but it's necessary.
Yeah, you're pimping in German too. That's even.
How would you say that in German?
Das Pimp.
Ein pimpin'.
Das Pimp.
Das Pimp.
Wow. See, it's all downhill from here, fellas. I already got the episode title. We're good. We're golden.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, das ist sehr gut.
Look at that. Why don't you wear that every day?
Todd,
I should.
Todd, don't move too quickly, but I think one of your dogs has climbed up on top of your head.
That's the Lowenbrow line.
Is that the tail from the lion down coming down onto your shirt?
It is.
Hat?
It is.
That's fantastic.
It is.
Whatever
It's
you paid for that hat, it was money well spent.
It was. I wore it all during Oktoberfest when I was there a couple of years back.
Please tell me this isn't the first time this October that you've put that hat on.
Second time.
All right, Jesus.
Cory, didn't we have a Halloween background from last year? Specifically just for like the day of Halloween?
Ooh, we may have.
I think so. I think it was like dripping slime or something like that. It was.
I'll see if I can go back and find it.
We also all dressed up last year, and we're not quite doing that this year.
No, quite.
Yeah.
Not all.
We're
not quite all of us are
50%. 50%. You can stop muting my mic every time you take a drag off the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mine was always one.
Oh, you're two now. Sorry.
What the fuck?
I didn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I just thought it made the most sense.
Yeah, we've only been doing this for 147 episodes.
Well, we tore down everything to take it to Mike's house. So
That's true.
We did.
But did you know he was always one, and you were like,
no, I had no clue. I just was going in
okay.
order, figuring you're Mike 1, he's 2, then I'd be 3, and then 4.
No, Nick's got to be Mike 1.
I'm just. I'm actually.
He's 1, I'm 2, you're 4, and 3.
I'm actually surprised Bob's left it number 1 this long. Like, yeah, you motherfuckers, it's my fucking mixer. I'll be number 1.
No, I think the hill I died on was plugging my headphones into the front jack.
That is true. I do remember that.
After that, I'm like, okay.
I was going to say, I don't think it matters that much to Bob, things of that nature.
No. I mean, well, but initially he was the one that was crowing about me, exhaling into the microphone, like way back on episode like 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, man, just turn your head away while you do it. Or because you fill these like giant clouds and no one else, when I do it, you can't hear it, but you're like, he's like, so I think.
We were getting comments in the room.
People were commenting on.
He really like Pavlov conditioned me into using this button, and it is the closest one to me. So if he were to be like, no, we're going to move you down here, that really would make sense.
You know what, in the break, we can switch right back. I really don't give a shit. If it works better for you.
Number 2, that's fine.
No, because you're not going to remember that. You're not.
I'm going to get muted a lot this episode. I'm going to get muted a lot.
That's enough of that, Bob. All right.
So Cory, I understand that this past week you tried some new cuisine. and I want to hear what your experience was.
Yes, he did.
You had some British clotted cream.
Oh, fuck that shit. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever tried.
So I don't know if you guys have ever seen Kurosawa films, but there's a couple of different ones where they do like the whole movie's like cut up into different points of view of the same event. So I kind of want to get the Cory view of this event first.
It was pretty quick. Nick explained what it was, and I was like, okay, so basically it's Cool Whip. He's like, oh, no, it's not. It's way better.
Cool Whip?
Yes, Cool Whip.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right. So he brought a bowl of it out and took a spoonful. He's like, here, try some. And the second my tongue touched it, I was like, ugh. It left an instant film all over my tongue, my lips.
Did you spit it out?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the little bit I had, I did spit out, yes.
Okay.
Because
I thought you swallowed some of it.
Spit or swallow? I just wanted to know.
Oh, it depends. For you, spit. Todd, swallow.
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Instant film.
Lucky bastard.
But
So you spit it out.
And I just looked at Naomi. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever tried in my entire life.
Okay.
And, no, it's great. It's great. And then he tried a spoonful, and he's like, oh, this has been in here for a little bit. It is pretty bad.
It had spoiled.
I was
basically.
we were a few drinks in. Yeah, maybe that was your palpitating. Maybe that was.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it would have just helped you. That penicillin would have just went right into your system. But this clotted cream has been sitting there because we get some orders for it sometimes, and it is really good when it's first done. It's like a mixture of, it's like the consistency of cream cheese, but it tastes like heavy cream, and it's really fucking good. I don't really like sweets, but I can appreciate tasting it and being like, yeah, this tastes delicious. And so I blindly didn't know, but I'm like, I know how good this is. Cory's never had this. Taste it. So I didn't taste it. I just took a big spoonful out, and the helicopter went right in, and yes, and he actually stopped himself and was like, this is actually probably one of the most fucking disgusting things I've ever tasted in my life. Fuck the British. And I was like, what? And
Fuck the British.
Yeah. After going back and forth as many times, I was like, maybe is something wrong with it? I don't know. And I looked and I saw one or two green spots, and I'm like, oh no. And so I tasted.
There were green spots?
Yeah,
you just found out?
You fucktard.
You didn't eat the green spots, and neither did I. And so then I tasted it, and I was like, yeah, this is.
As far as you know.
This is nasty. And it basically just tasted like old cream cheese 2 weeks past that's sitting in a Ziploc bag. It had a plasticky kind of, it was not good. And so I tasted it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is bad. And he starts going off the handle, and he's like, you fed me old food, blah, blah, blah. And he's going on. And I'm like, yeah, I fed it to myself too, okay? So we're both going to die. And he's like, and then that was the end of it. So I was telling Bob this week, and he's like, oh, dude, we got to get Cory to tell that story on the show.
I'll never. Oh, I don't know, man. Even if you made fresh stuff now, I don't know if I'd try it.
No. We talked about this. I said, once it's made fresh, you'll taste it again. And you're like, I don't have a problem tasting it again.
That was just to appease you.
Oh man. So I'm down to the last few days of Sober October for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, Sober October-ish.
That is true.
You deferred the first 2 weekends or whatever, right?
But I'm going to the third. Third to the third, Todd.
There you go.
So, yeah, life pretty much sucks.
I think it needs to be called no bender, och nemver, right? Like a mixture
that
between the
rolls
two.
right off the tongue.
It's so easy.
Yeah, I think you're onto something.
No bender, ochvember.
No bender, November.
Octovember.
No. Lesson learned. I'll never do it during October again. It is literally the worst month I could have picked.
Yeah,
February.
I wish there was
any other month would have.
I wish there was some sort of soothsayer that was close to the both of you that could have told you and given you stark advice about how bad this was to do around the holidays. But no, everyone was much wiser than me at that point. So
there's only a holiday. There's Halloween tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a very
Would
happy,
have rather done it this week,
festive time filled with candy and pumpkins and cider and donuts and delicious alcohol.
Yeah, but you can save a lot of that for when you're done.
Okay.
Unlike if I had done it in November,
That's always
now
fun.
I can't have any turkey. I can't have any stuffing. I can't have any gravy.
Yeah,
And that shit doesn't keep.
enjoy your Snickers bar where the chocolate's turned white on top.
That shit lasts forever. All the preservatives. Come on. So last weekend I was not in the cast. My chums held down the fort admirably. But we went out. Laura and I went out for a nice little vacation weekend. Got a hotel nearby, and just no kids, just hanging out, spending time together. And so when the weekend was done, I realized I'd taken pictures throughout the weekend, but I'd never posted anything to Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I'll do that. So I posted it, and I go,
That was here.
was
No, it was back here.
Oh, was it?
it back
Okay.
there?
Yeah, something Cory put on the shelf because I saw him weaseling around back there when I came downstairs from my shower.
Why are you smiling like you timed it going like that?
I
Went
did.
exactly like I had planned.
I wish.
So I posted this picture, and in the picture I said, the caption was, great weekend with this gorgeous stack of pancakes, which, if you don't know, is a quote from League of Their Own. I thought it was fine, and so I posted it, and I get a text message from her probably 25 minutes later saying, hey, I know that it's not a big deal, and you know it's not a big deal, but can you change that? I'm like, why am I? Sure, why? Well, apparently stack of pancakes is in some corners not viewed as a compliment. And I'm like, that's a shocker to me. I did not know that. So I'm like, of course I could change it, which I instantly did. But I'd never heard that before. Have you guys?
No,
I have not.
she's
But
thinking of-
but in fairness, I've never called anyone a stack of pancakes.
Well, now you know not to, I guess. I mean, she was fine. She's like, I get the reference. So it's fine with me. But,
It's not like you said bowl of goo.
but she made it sound like some people are taking it to mean bowl of goo.
maybe she's thinking muffin top.
I think that's probably what the reference would be. That the
Yeah,
stack.
but people who have muffin tops, that's like a good branding, isn't it? It's like pleasingly plump.
I always
none of those words are words that women want to hear, though.
I always reference Cory's height by saying 3 apples high. He never gets upset about that.
So you think?
So anyway, good weekend despite the Facebook shenanigans.
So where can everyone find us, Bob?
I've been waiting, but
I know we
feel
got a
like-
little off track there.
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like he's trying to switch it up to
This is
stave
a
off
small talk.
predictability.
Absolutely.
Oh, all right. My apologies then.
In fact, didn't you have a story to tell?
I do.
Does it fall into any other category, or you want to tell it now?
I guess it would fall into housekeeping.
There you go.
Myself, Kelly, and Dylan, and Danielle was there at one point. Finally cleaned out all the Halloween stuff out of my mom's garage.
Oh no, that was a big task.
Yeah. Oh, was it ever? After almost every last one of us dying at least once or twice, we were able to manage to get everything down from the garage. So I do not understand how he did all that on his own, to be honest with you.
I mean, the good news would be that if you died, you could potentially fall into a coffin, and then they just ship you away.
That's right.
Yeah.
Off you go.
You could be on the front lawn of your house forever.
Yeah. Just
know-
as Dad planned.
You know, let's prop him up in the yard at least through Halloween. That's what Mike would have wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, he didn't do it all by himself. Every year, I was there helping to take it out and put it away. Not just me.
Virtue signaling.
Nick was there. Andy was there. My kids were there when they were old enough. I mean, he had a lot of help too. Throughout the whole year, he was like taking stuff down and putting it back up again, working on this and trying to fix the motor on that. And he was always tinkering with something.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, and then on top of that, everything's been up there for 14 years, just sitting.
Oh yeah.
And the way he had some of the stuff organized wasn't, it was efficient,
Was
but it wasn't the best way to do it. There was a board that held a whole bunch of shit, heavy stuff too, that we found out was held up by 2 nails he put into the front of the garage.
Yeah.
And then the 2x4 that was part of the rafter of the garage.
Right.
So had any of that moved maybe 2 inches forward, it would have all just came down onto my mom's car and would have completely smashed her vehicle.
Do you think right now your dad's saying, son, everything has its place? Everything
I would-
has its place.
I would hope so, because I don't know how it stayed up there for as long as it did without crashing down.
I can actually hear Cory talking to Cory right now. If there was any part of Cory in Michael, which I don't know because I didn't know him as an adult, but like I could just hear Cory saying to Cory for that comment, like, but did it fall? Did it? And how many years was it up? I was dead. And how many years was it up there? 14. Yeah, it was fine until you motherfuckers fucked with it, wasn't it? I had it exactly where I wanted it.
One of the things that he had is it was a old bar tray, that like a very shallow bar tray.
Mine.
That they'd put. No, I do. Oh, dude, everything up there was just wrecked. It's,
Oh, what, really?
oh, all the masks and everything. For sitting up there in summer for 14 years of the
Bacon
summer.
in the-
it
yeah.
was
Dry rotted.
melted and dry rotted. But about the bar little tray.
Mm-hmm.
The second Callie even I don't even think she touched it yet. It just came crashing down in the garage.
Really?
And thank God that none of us were under it, or it almost smacked the pool filter and would have just demolished the pool filter. Just swung right by that. So it was an interesting time getting everything down.
Why didn't you guys just load the stuff down? Why did you have to pull nails out and let it all fall to the ground?
We didn't. Like I said, it was barely
I just
even
would
touched.
assume that there was like an assembly line and everyone's just handing stuff off.
There was, but that
Callie, get out of the rafters.
the tray did not want to stay up there.
Let me just move this nail, and all of it should be done.
No, Cory, both of the
We'll be
nails.
good.
Take both of the nails out. But it's in the garage. Take them out.
I can't believe your mom didn't know that they were precariously balanced by a couple of nails and a 2x4.
I don't think she really looked at it much. It was just something she never really wanted to deal with and have to look at. It wasn't until basically the garage door, you could see things were starting to bow on top of the garage door when it was open. So she's like, okay, yeah, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah. So now, your mom's garage, the rafters of it completely empty now.
Of that forward part, yes.
Yeah.
That's where all the caskets and all that
Right.
stuff was at. We were able to salvage a couple things that stayed up there.
Okay.
And that's what the picture I was going to show you guys is I was able to take them to our house and put them on the lawn.
Nice.
All right.
So those tombstones are my dad's tombstones. And that was one of the very few things that were left that we could actually salvage. But that's
Are
exactly
those real ones?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they.
I wish they were.
No.
I mean, the rest of the stuff a lot of his stuff was real, so I don't know.
But that's how he started at our first house, was just with a couple headstones.
Yeah.
And
Are we looking at the birth of a new obsession for Cory?
you guys just might be. This could be what kicks it off.
Yeah.
This is not our forever home. Just so you know.
Well,
It is not.
That shit moves around.
Yeah. Grass looks good though.
Yeah.
So there you guys
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah.
That's the start of the Halloween display.
All right.
Okay. And Todd, sorry about your Wolverines, buddy.
Ugh.
We don't have to go deep into it, but yeah.
I know. I need 90-minute sports to frickin'.
No,
Oh
you
my
don't.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like I said to you, man, if they end up losing to OSU in the last game, I mean, the state game and the OSU game to me were the big, from the college is concerned, those are the big, should he keep his job or not games.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately his record just against ranked teams on the road, he's horrible. He can't win big games.
Yeah, and if you can't win
He
big
underachieves.
games, it doesn't count it at Michigan.
And it seems beyond Harbaugh, every coach isn't able to make halftime adjustments.
Right. Okay, so to round up housekeeping, if you are new to the podcast,
There we go.
you can find us here every weekend. Please tune in. If you can't watch us live on YouTube, you can stream us out on any of the streaming services, anywhere you can get a podcast, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, or anywhere else that offers podcasts. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Schnozzcast. If you're one of those emailing people, you can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us, as always, at 618-SHOCKER.
The Shocker line.
There he is.
The Shocker
Just waiting for something
line.
from Arthur Penn and Teller.
Well, can't scratch your itch every week, Bob.
That's true. A man could dream, though, can't he?
That's true.
Of course you can.
All right, Cory, a little booze news.
And now it's time for booze news.
Alrighty. I got something here, and I know that Todd does, so I'll jump in real quick first.
Can I interject for
Yeah,
one second?
sure.
Yeah, I just want to interject. Todd.
Yes, sir.
Do you have something to do a shot of? Because I'm flying solo right now. So.
I do.
Oh, thank God. I'm like the lone fucking shot ranger over here.
Todd,
Wow.
Todd, give the if we may have some new listeners out there. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Give them the 10-second what we're doing here with the shots.
No.
I love how
Come on, buddy.
like the most self-explanatory thing we do, we explain, but like we don't give the backstory about how Cory's dad was so into Halloween. We're like pulling caskets down from the fucking rafters, and they almost killed us.
Well, there's a mythology of the show, and they can go back.
What are those
number of episodes?
those libations that you're pouring into those tiny cups and putting up to your lips? Well, we're going to tell you right about that. We do a shot on this show.
So if you're out there watching us on YouTube live, it is Saturday night, and you've got a big day of trick-or-treating tomorrow. Now is the time to get ready for that. So you should be joining us with a Schnozzcast shot.
Yes,
If you want to.
Mr. Dillon, what do you got?
No, you can't pipe up now. You had your chance, buddy.
What do you got tonight, Todd?
Little crown apple.
Okay, I got some Revel Stoke, roasted green apple. Cheers.
I got some Frappuccino, some
Salute.
toasted white chocolate, splash of cold brew.
Get out of here, Bob.
Yeah.
If anything, you should have brought
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
espresso shots.
I had a fridge full of them I could have, but
Well, it's really good. I think we have a great Halloween episode. I think that's great. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye. What the hell happened to Bob?
all right. So this is from hyperallergic.com. Curator discovers what may be the world's earliest depiction of a ghost. There's a book coming out, apparently, called The First Ghosts, Most Ancient of Legacies, authored by this guy who's a curator of the British Museum's Middle Eastern Department. And what they've discovered is a 3,500-year-old Babylonian tablet that had been kept in the vaults of London's British Museum since the 19th century, and it appears to include the earliest depiction of a ghost, according to this gentleman and his book. The drawing on the tablet depicts a bearded male ghost being led to the underworld by a younger woman, possibly a lover. It belongs to a cuneiform guide to exorcising, which is exorcising, not exercising.
Exercise those demons.
Which has never been publicly displayed, and half of which is missing. He says it's obviously a male ghost, and he's miserable. You can imagine a tall, thin, bearded ghost hanging about the house that did get on people's nerves. The final analysis was that what this ghost needed was a lover. The back of the hand-sized tablet features a text with instructions for handling a ghost that, quote, seizes hold of a person and pursues him and cannot be loosed, unquote. The exorcism ritual begins with making figurines of a man and a woman with specific instructions in the text. Quote, you dress the man in an everyday shift and equip him with travel provisions. You wrap the woman in 4 red garments and clothe her in a purple cloth. You give her a golden brooch. You equip her fully with bed, chair, mat, and towel. You give her a comb and a flask. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you exorcise the demons. So that's what I got for booze news, sir, on this scariest of holidays.
Okay, then.
Todd. Todd, you got
Yes.
something?
Yes, sir. This is from Atlas Obscura. This British university has an archive of ye old haunted houses. The times have changed, but the thrill remains the same. The University of Sheffield's National Fairground and Circus Archive includes tens of thousands of images of carnival attractions. The photographs housed at the University of Sheffield's National Fairground and Circus archive aren't really meant to be spooky, but there's just something about a vintage snapshot of a vacant carnival ride or an empty sideshow stage that feels like a peek onto a horror movie set.
Hey, Todd, sorry to
Yes,
interrupt
sir.
you, but Cory is sharing that article now on the feed, and he's going through, if you scroll down,
Some of the
going through
pictures,
some of
yeah.
those pictures, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to collections manager Arantanza Barusha. She points out that for many, fear is integral to the experience of a fair of any sort. The draw is the thrill experience, the feeling of fear you get when you ride or into a funhouse. In the heyday of Britain's fairgrounds, from the Victorian era and into the early 20th century, the country's show were savvy businessmen, Baruch says, who played with this idea of titillating audiences with fear. Anything that entertained the public, the showman would have been there, developing that idea. She said, by early 20th century, that often included the haunted house and the ghost train, in which fairgoers rode through dark tunnels inhabited by mechanized ghouls, commonly known in the amusement park as the dark ride. Baruch speculates that this widespread interest in the spiritualism and communicating with those in the great beyond were responsible for these carnival mainstays. And then there's a bunch of other words that I think these pictures. This is a wordy article.
All right, well, we're going to take mercy on your soul and not make you read any more of that.
Thank you. Thank you. I did a good job of butchering it.
Yeah. No,
There's
you
a
did a good
lot
job.
of words.
You did
Thank
a
you,
good
sir.
job. These are, there's just some really interesting pictures that remind me of any kind of sort of carnival that you go to nowadays, whether it's Dearborn's Homecoming or wherever else, for the kids to go through. But there's some old stuff there.
Interesting.
And we can piggyback off of these haunted, scary booze news stories with the last installment of The Haunt for this October.
Yeah. Last installment.
Yeah,
so
baby.
There are two short paragraphs tonight, so we'll do the Haunt for this October. Until next year. So these Michigan haunts, if you happen to find yourself in the area of Dearborn Heights around the Schnozzcast studios, you can go ahead and stop by and say hello to us, shake our hands. Please give me a heads up first.
Don't shake my hand.
I may not want you here. And wait till at least November 3rd. Hopefully Cory will be on some better medication by then, and Bob will be off of his diet, and we'll be all a lot happier. But if you do stop by during that time, the downstairs bathroom, right above the toilet, will be this book that we read from for the past month, Michigan Haunts, Public Places, and Eerie Spaces.
Can't get it anywhere else.
Just Nick's bathroom.
Only Nick's bathroom.
Just my
Right
bathroom.
above the toilet.
The only copy of it.
If you ever wanted to know where do these guys get their material, the shitter, that's where they get
In
it.
the shitter. So you know what the weird thing was? Is the time that Krabby came over, and maybe it was something that I unconsciously did and I didn't remember doing, but I swear to God I don't remember doing this. So this was always in the bathroom. As creepy as the book is itself in Michigan, and then we were reading these creepy stories. So it was always in there, but since the Haunt for this October, it's been here. It's been out here. So the week I gave it to Krabby, I passed it over and I said, just read this article, whatever. So when we were cleaning everything up for the podcast, he was upstairs, and I think a couple other people were upstairs, and I came down to get a beer, and I took a piss in the bathroom downstairs, and it was back on the shelf in the bathroom. And I know I did not put it there. And I don't think Krabby's been here enough to know that that's where it belongs. He would have just randomly picked it up from the table and took it in the bathroom and set it down. I think that's kind of far-fetched.
Didn't Krabby say recently that last time he was on, that he'd been here 7 times?
He's been here, but I mean, it's nothing else.
I think he's the most frequented guest that we've had.
Yeah, but nothing. First of all, he hasn't been here 7 times. I don't think he's been here 7 times.
That's what he said.
No, I would say probably 4 or 5 maybe, but not 7. Because peppered in there was the pool side and
Right.
Stuff like that. But yeah, it's not. He's not straightening other things up in the house. So it was just very odd that But anyhow, so the Haunt for this October. Beware the Lady in Red. Built in 1835, Marshall's National House Inn is one of Michigan's finest bed and breakfasts. Cowther Mylan checked in once, whoever the hell that is, checked in once and matter-of-factly asked if the clerk knew if the place was haunted. Initially, the clerk said no, but while showing Mylan to his room, he admitted that the last tenant left early in the morning at around 3 a.m. The couple literally woke up in the middle of the night to a ghostly apparition standing in the doorway looking at them. I'm not sure if I would pee first or do like vomit 360s. I'm not sure which one of those would come first if I saw a ghostly apparition fucking looking at me.
Always pee.
Why not just pee and 360 vomit at the same time?
Well, it would spray enough in that direction where we'd get whatever was trying to haunt me. So, and then courting ghost, a stagecoach stop along the old Grand River Trail, the 1836 Botsford Inn. I think I read this one. Botsford Inn was where Henry Ford courted his wife Clara. He bought this house and put springs in the floor of the ballroom upstairs. That is where odd things happen, with reports of dishes mysteriously moving and doors wouldn't open or would open on their own. First of all, okay, why are there springs in the floor?
Dancing, baby.
Make it bouncy.
Sing, dance, sing, jump higher.
That's right.
Is there a lot of jumping and dance? I don't understand. I mean,
when I do it, absolutely.
Back in those days,
I could see like one spot on the floor where perhaps all the wood floor that is normally going in one direction for a little bit of a square goes in a different direction. So this is where we dance or we jump on. Like, so when you go to do like the Dirty Dancing thing where she leaps into the air, like that would be a good spot, but not springs all over the place. What is the floor made of that there's springs underneath the whole
You need it for when you play jump around. Whatever.
That wasn't around when this was built. So.
This is the time on Sprockets when we dance.
You guys didn't know Everlast just remade that song?
Oh my gosh.
It's a remix.
Maybe they really wanted to get some air doing the Charleston. I don't know, but so it says that is where odd things would happen, with reports of dishes mysteriously moving, doors that would open or not open on their own. Ghostly man has also been spotted, perhaps Henry coming back to dance? ? Well preserved, it is now an office building. So that is the final installment of Michigan Haunts, Public Places, Eerie Spaces for the Haunt for this October. We will see you next year with that. Or in my bathroom.
Outstanding.
Rest in peace for this October. And for those of you who are interested, including the poolside, Krabby has been here 9 times.
I don't buy it.
You can't dispute it.
I'll need a report by next week.
It's right
He's
here.
been here 9 times?
I don't think he's been at my house 9 times.
He's been in your house at least 7 times.
I was gonna say, because the only one he wasn't actually here was the poolside.
This is like where people come in and when they're trying to bargain like for something like a pawn shop, and he goes real high, and he's like, yeah, well, I guess we'll agree on 7. 7's what you said that I didn't agree with earlier. So
I looked it up because
where?
I keep an episode guide for all
The Guinness Book,
episodes.
of course.
And he has been a guest on the podcast 9 times.
Okay, so how do you know 7 was at my house?
Because the episode numbers high enough.
They were high enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe the reason that my vision of
Bob's
it is
right.
No, I'm saying you
sort of sound like my wife.
The vision of it is so skewed is because I remember there was at least 1 or 2 times that I had to work, and you guys were the one time you were at my house with Krabby and I wasn't here.
Yeah.
So I don't have a recollection of that, which is why I would have thought 6. And there's probably one other time that I wasn't around when Krabby was. Probably.
Yeah, I think that's why I think we've beat that dead horse. So with that, Cory.
Funko This. Funko This.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Wow.
If you're going to turn anything up, turn up Todd's microphone, not that.
No, Todd's loud enough as it is.
All right, Cory. The last Funko before November.
Yes. And Nick's going to be very happy because he just said before the show, he's going to hate Funkos.
Yeah, he does. And bobbleheads even more.
Yes. So guess what, buddy?
Oh, God.
Got you another one.
Is there some sort of allowance that?
Yeah,
that
I'm not doing it. I'm not moving that at all.
That you
Look
can,
at all those Funkos.
No, yes,
here.
you are.
No, I'm not.
That's going in the garbage disposal because
No.
it's. Yes, it is. It is not staying here.
So you can
if it has to
be a
do
hypocrite
with
and
Frasier.
Look at all of those listed down there.
I got it. Yeah. Never played sports.
It's obvious.
What was your little hand movement there? You wouldn't even come close
when he
to
threw
it.
it to me, I caught the last one.
Anyhow, that's awesome, dude. Thank you.
What is it?
It's a Frasier. It's a Frasier bobble or not.
Which one?
Funko. It says Frasier 1133. Oh yeah.
What's his dad's name?
Martin.
Yeah, because they originally had him with his dog.
Oh, with Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, but then I saw the actual Frasier. I'm like, yeah, I got to get that.
Oh
one,
yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
So luckily though, you are running out of ones that I can get for you that you'll like before it is too much.
Is
so.
there and I do appreciate that because I appreciate the gesture, regardless of the fact that I'm not a big Funko guy. Then no, that can go in the trash. That I'm not a big Funko
Also
guy.
a gesture, though.
It's a gesture to you. It should go to your house.
But this is my house on,
No,
on
it's
podcast
not.
nights.
No, it's not. Just like when he leaves cans next to the table, I throw them away, and he almost had his slippers thrown away.
If we weren't doing the podcast, Cory never would have given this to me. We wouldn't have understood our shared love for Funkos and Star Wars and bobbleheads.
No,
But because of the podcast, this is now mine, and this is where it stands.
I'm telling you right now, it will not be here next week if it's still on this table.
Then I'll put it right down there with your fucking mess of Funkos.
You know how many times I get yelled at? Dude, do not buy more beer. Drink what you have in the fridge. I can't even put anything in there. I found like pickles in there last week. There was beer. There was some kind of
Who was saying these
This
words?
was you.
When? Oh, when it was at my house.
Yes.
So like a year and a half ago.
Yes.
So you're giving me shit about something I said a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Just
that
want to make that
Another
clear.
thing sounds
just
like
to
my
bring
wife.
you
This does sound like your wife.
bring you back down to. I'm sure Mary is loving this, by the way.
Yeah, she's like, damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an elephant. Never forget that shit. And bring it up again.
Bring
Years
it up
from
again
now.
next year.
Bob was
exactly.
so upset for just beer, which is supposed to be in a fridge. So if I had toys at his house, he'd be like, no.
I mean, to be fair, my fridge is like half the size of the one that you have in your basement. And everybody would bring over like a case of beer every weekend.
To be fair.
To be fair, my fridge was half the size.
Was it?
Yeah.
Cory, was his fridge smaller than mine?
Then the one down here, or the
Yeah,
one upstairs.
The one down here. I think they were both like college fridges, weren't they?
No, yours is a little bigger than mine was.
I mean, no, I know, but we're talking about the fridges.
No. I'm talking about the fridge.
I don't know. That'd be a tough comparison.
We are talking about fridges. Right?
Oh shit!
Cory, we'll show you later.
Okay.
I'm like, all right,
Well, here we go.
Zip.
Oh man. Little lightning round.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This. Oh, you know what? Do we still have a sponsor?
We do. And I was just going to say that in the meantime, while you're thinking of some things to read for the lightning round, Smooth. I'm looking at the top. I'm looking at the top and it says nip your sack. Smoothmyballs.com. Never nip your sack again.
Oh God.
Nip. Body and below the belt grooming, a whole new ball game. Smoothmyballs.com presents the Turf Chopper 3.0, something that Todd, for whatever reason, doesn't remember, which has premium alloy blades and is water resistant, so you can take it in the shower or in the sink. Shaving your body and below the belt should not be a task where you have to worry about nips and cut. There's their nips again. The Turf Chopper 3.0 features a no-scrape technology, so you never have to nip that sack again. Use the promo code Schnozzcast for 20% off your purchase. If links aren't your thing, then go to or if links are your thing, Jesus. I'm like, wait, this is a link that I'm giving you.
If helping us is not your thing, then do this.
Smoothmyballs.com/Schnozzcast. Smoothmyballs.com, the perfect gear to upgrade your grooming routine and regimen and help you grab life by the balls.
Well, that's done.
Smooth my balls.
I wish we had something to smooth out that fucking copy.
That was a little rough, wasn't it?
It was just a taste of last week. That's why, because I made fun of Todd. And God's like, oh, no, you don't.
Oh, you were giving Todd shit about what, pronunciation or something?
No, because he was like, he called it like the turf.
ChopMyNuts.com or something?
The turf tater 30 or
ball
something
chopper.
like that. Yeah, the ball chopper.
Exactly. The ball chopper 250.
Yeah.
No one is going to buy. Guys, we can't do this anymore. We cannot sponsor you. We've actually lost sales. People are
sending products back.
Yeah, and they're quoting. Yeah, they're quoting the Schnozzcast for making them see the error of their ways.
It doesn't lift and cut, so it's already winning.
We could do like Drew and Mike, and I could reach out to Jerkmate.
You do that too. Fleshlight.
I reached out to him last night.
Always an option.
On my own time.
It's pretty far reach for you, buddy.
All right.
It is.
100 questions. Sorry. Lightning round. So this is essentially, we're going to just kind of go around the room. Answers should be quick, but discussion never
They
is.
rarely are.
So, yeah. So Todd, what number am I thinking of?
Yes, sir. 7.
Cory?
6.
Nick?
3.
14. Oh, you're all wrong.
No, hey, wait a minute. I was going to say times 2.
Still wrong.
7 times 2 is 14.
I didn't say what number am I thinking of times 2.
No.
Todd, what describe the rest of your life in 5 words? Anytime you're ready.
This
is a lightning round, Todd.
Yeah. Pass.
That's one. You got 4 left. I am going to pass. That's Todd's answer.
Yes.
That's fine.
I'm going to pass.
Right on the nail.
Cory.
Marriage, hopefully alive next year.
Wow. Okay.
That's all I got for you.
No, you didn't pass. That's something. Nick.
Happiness, health, love, and prosperity in that order.
You know what it really
It's Halloween tomorrow, not New Year's, buddy. That's the generic New Year's answer you give everyone when, I wish you happiness and health in the new year and prosperity.
I don't think anyone says that.
I think a lot of people say that.
Who says that? Have you ever said that to me?
I've never. I don't say it to people. It sounds stupid.
No one's ever said it to me either.
I'm sure plenty of people have. It's just that dumb. You've never actually heard it.
God, I'm sorry. You give a good answer. And
you were listening, but
people start getting upset.
You weren't hearing.
Hope you don't die too, buddy.
Thanks.
I have mine now, Bob.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Pimping ain't easy, but necessary.
That's your life in the rest of your life in 5 words.
Sure. I mean, this is
Mary's definitely coming in that office now.
I'm like,
come.
Todd! His video feed just went down, guys. I don't know.
All I was thinking of was like, is this the show? Like, we're gonna see what can break Mary because
yeah. If she's not even listening,
I don't know.
Probably not. She hasn't come up here yet, so probably not.
Todd's gonna be on the lawn tonight, overlooking that nice mountain and waterfall.
Nope, I'm gonna be out with the chickens.
Yeah, it's not easy. Neither is marriage. Yeah, how's that pimping going outside?
But necessary.
Awfully cold pimping you're doing out there.
I'm really impressed that your 5 words didn't include the word chickens somewhere.
Show you about pimping MF.
Yeah. I feel like the funnier answer would be for my answer to be exactly what Nick's answer was. But I don't think he'd ever recover from that. I think he would put him in a downward spiral that would last the rest of the show.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, because it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
All you do is copy answer people.
Yeah.
You're exactly what Cory said. Todd, that was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, so Bob needs
That's
to go
why it'd be
first.
hilarious if I did it
Bob
again.
needs to go first from now on.
We need to make him go first.
That's
Yes.
why. That's
Yes.
I
why.
say that every time.
That's why when I'm here hosting the show, I switch it up. I don't do the. I don't. Todd, Bob's brain resets and he's like, Todd, I feel like you always go last, so we're gonna go with you first. I'm like, you've said that for the last 25 podcasts. He always goes first. So I know. So last week I said, Todd, you know what? You're going last.
Healthier, happier.
Laurier, come on.
That's. I see. I can't bring myself to do a grammatically incorrect 5 words, but I'm gonna have
a little bit redder.
Still podcasting, baby.
Still,
That's 3 right there.
baby.
That's 5. Healthier, happier, still podcasting, baby.
I guess you're right.
Bob, not a huge deal. But I noticed that your
Your 5 words didn't
had
include me.
nothing to do with me. No, honey. No, honey.
They certainly did.
You're
Healthier,
the one that,
happier.
You're the one that helps me be happier.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You fall into all those categories.
Right. I wouldn't have had to mention the podcasting if these two guys helped made me happier.
Do you notice, honey? You notice, sweetheart, that the podcast came last.
That's true.
You were part of my happy.
Maybe she's the baby.
You're just you're a happy that I'm not necessarily proud of. So
And
I don't
definitely not a stack of
out.
pancakes.
I don't want to call you out personally, but interpret it as you will.
All right, so the next question should be fun then. If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
Why?
That's
Why, God?
a great question. Why, God?
Corey,
And his answer is because.
what happened to Bob going first?
Sorry.
Corey just jumped in there.
He was very excited.
Why am I having palpitations? Why?
How dare you?
I just found happiness.
That's my question.
What I would ask, what happens when we die?
If you could ask God one question, is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Sure.
What happens when we die?
Yeah.
What if he just showed you right then and there?
Then that'd be amazing. Are you kidding me?
No, like
What if it
that's,
was bad?
that's it.
And like that presupposes that there's something there's going to get out.
Well, hopefully I wouldn't be asking this question as I'm about to die.
This is when you're dying?
No.
Oh.
No, I said that'd be the most inopportune time to ask that particular question.
But I'm saying, though, if you do ask that question, he's like, well, you're going to find out right now.
I would ask.
You mean he would kill me because I asked the
Yeah.
question? Well, then hopefully you're watching and so you go, ooh, don't ask that question.
Well,
Ask him something else.
anything else.
Did you see what happened to Bob? Jesus Christ. Ask him who's going to win the Michigan game next week.
Shit got serious.
Yeah.
I would ask, how
Ooh,
did
that's
you
a good
come
one.
into existence?
How did God come into, or how did you come into existence?
God. I know how I came into existence. I came into existence by cheap wine and a night
Rolling
out.
the hay in the backseat of a Lincoln
Nothing
Continental.
better to do.
A night out. A night out at my parents' friend of the family farm, and whoops, there we go.
Hence the costume. Makes sense now.
There's nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, the cornhole wasn't invented yet.
Well, it was. It just took on a different meaning back then, Todd.
Speaking of which, speaking of farms and my outfit, I did find, and I completely forgot about it till just now, but I did find out from my dad this week, after all the genealogy that I've done, and is excitedly into country music and the lifestyle that I am. My family's just been from Detroit, and prior to that, Germany and Ireland and stuff like that. Like we are not from the U.S. And
Fucking knew it.
yeah, and
Goddamn foreigners.
ended up finding out
Taking our jobs.
that my dad's grandmother, her dad, was from West Virginia. So I'm like, this finally makes a little bit more sense now.
What specifically did that explain for you? What sort of
Explain to me,
illumination did you get from that?
you know, I mean, Bob, you're quite the Anglophile. And if suddenly, like, you found out, like, oh, yeah, one of my great-great-grandfathers was from London, you'd be like, okay, that it's kind of ingrained into me. That makes a little bit more sense now to me. And
Okay.
you want it to make sense as well. So
Well, it's like going to see a psychic. The questions that you have about various things, if they give you something that you go like, oh, that would explain this thing that I've always wanted to know about this thing, you're grasping at something to help explain something that was heretofore unexplained. You know?
I would like you to re-explain that, actually.
Agreed.
Yeah, eloquently put, sir.
Just say good point, and we can move on.
You know, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't.
No.
That's why
I would
it's funny
say
when I ask.
it's depending on what.
That's for your answer.
I don't even know what to do after that. I feel like
That was furious masturbation coming through the
pop rocks were going off or something.
podcast.
No, I feel like it's like what psych you go to. If it's someone just reading you tarot cards, then I wholeheartedly agree. You're going to look for the meaning and whatever you get, or astrological signs and crap like that. But, you know, if you have a specific psychic that, you know, tells you something in detail that's not found on Google or is not researchable, you know, then yeah, then that's definitely real. So, but no, mine is more more or less something that I want to be excited about.
Gotcha. Todd?
I don't know why he keeps doing that.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I think maybe my question would be, do all true assholes get what they deserve?
Todd, as I will say to Bob's question, as I did say to Bob's question, then you're just probably going to find out right then and there.
Well, okay.
Todd, do you think it's going to be like a James Bond evil villain trapdoor situation?
I'm hoping.
Where all of a sudden the clouds underneath you drop and you just fall down to hell?
I would call bullshit, though, because that's a yes or no question.
But he's going to be like...
There's no trapdoor required.
But he's going to say...
God has a sense of humor.
Do all assholes get what they deserve? Here you go, buddy.
See, that still doesn't answer... That doesn't answer the question, because he never called Todd an asshole.
Well, I think Todd got his answer.
I think that's an answer. Yes.
I mean, that's just the punishment for asking stupid questions.
It's
Maybe.
a passive answer.
I guess.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Did you answer, Cory?
Yeah,
he
why?
said,
Why, God, why?
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 How dare you?
Why did I stub my toe today?
Nick, stale Sour Patch Kids or fresh circus peanuts?
Stale Sour Patch.
Stale Sour Patch Kids.
Circus peanuts are like a fucking... they should be put behind doors to stop them from hitting the wall.
Hold on, but they're fresh.
There's no...
I don't
Did you
care.
hear me say that they're fresh? Does that change?
I don't
does
know
that
if
change your mind in
They're
any way?
door stops, Bob.
They're fresh door stops.
I don't know if there's actually such a thing as a fresh circus peanut.
Oh, hell
They
yeah,
did
there
at one
is.
time. Yeah. I mean, they didn't just...
They're warm.
They weren't always here. They
Warm.
came into existence at some point, and that was the point, I assume, when they were fresh.
I can honestly say I've never met one person that said that they love circus peanuts.
I'm
Wait a
thinking
minute,
with the orange, like...
the candy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The orange,
I
like...
thought you meant like real circus peanuts. Those warm ones that come in the paper bag.
No.
Those are just called warm nuts, Todd.
Yeah, those are just warm peanuts served at a circus.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the candies.
You're talking about the
Yeah.
foam
We're talking
orange.
about we're talking about
orange.
the
Yeah, oh,
Right.
goddamn.
the
Made
hard
famous in the Seinfeld stand-up routine as the
Don't know
door
that,
stops.
yeah, the hard marshmallow paisley pale orange
Disgusting.
looking peanut.
Horrid.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And to answer
Okay.
your question, Cory, I'm going to go tomorrow night to Lori's house to trick or treat with her and her kid. And he's the only one that I could think of in the world who probably likes circus peanuts.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lori.
I'm looking forward to it so much because whatever good candy he's going to get tomorrow goes right to me.
I don't think, and if they're, okay, so here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's actually passing those out whatsoever. But I do want someone to make a note that if he does receive a pack of them or even one, because I can see someone just like taking them out of the bag.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, here you go. You get one. Make a
Really?
note.
You'd handle it?
Dude,
People are going to handle it with their hands?
I guarantee there's that. If they're animalistic enough to have a circus peanut in their house, they're definitely willing to handle that shit with their hands.
They stopped giving a fuck a long time
Yes.
ago.
So,
Oh yeah, they're not individually wrapped.
no, they don't make them like that.
Wouldn't that be funny when Bob?
There's
shows
a
up,
reason.
when Bob shows up to Lori to trick or treat. She's like, "Oh, 5 words. You're not coming with us. How are those 5 words?"
But I want you to notate that person's address so I can go burn their house down on the 1st.
Dude, I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay.
So my quick sub question to this is, what would be better in that scenario? Would it be better to get a circus peanut or to get pennies?
Oh, as a choice?
Pennies all day long, buddy.
Yeah,
Pennies all day.
probably. Although I'm kind of curious what a fresh circus peanut would taste like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in my lifetime I've eaten one circus peanut when I was a kid.
There are probably circus peanuts
Just
from
to,
the 80s
just to see,
in landfills still completely intact.
is this any good?
For confirmation,
Yeah.
comment was even my little weirdo doesn't like circus peanuts.
Oh, wow. Be careful, Bob.
We'll see.
gonna say-
We'll see about
tread
that.
softly, Bob.
We'll see about that tomorrow.
Bob's like, finally. Just testing you.
He'll make like 2 piles. He'll be like, one pile will be like every name candy that you ever liked: Reese's, Snickers, Crunch Bars, all of that shit, Kit Kats, and then the other pile will be the circus peanuts, all the things that you would normally like. I don't want that. And he's like, no, these are my favorites.
What?
And it takes you a second to go like, Okay, it's all right. You
But you
can
just
eat
said
candy.
he doesn't like those.
No.
Dude, you guys need to find out the house that's giving out Big Macs,
Oh,
because then you could just clean up there.
How about the house that just gave like the little peanut brittle like wrapped in paper?
oh, you can't do that in a pandemic. No one's gonna eat that.
You know what I mean? Like it's it's like Brashes or whatever that candy company name is. Like
Brock's?
yeah.
Brashes.
I'm trying to think of the name
I know,
of the
it's
little
difficult.
peanut bars that. Oh,
Yeah, but it's the same.
It's like a yellow
those
wax
companies
wrapper.
where you get like
What's that, Todd?
Snickers.
No, not Snickers.
Milky Way.
the company where
The
you could
Musketeers.
you could go to like a local pharmacy out in the middle of the
Milk
boondocks,
Duds.
and they would have the clear cellophane with just the red paper top, and it would just say like peanut brittle or whatever, and it was just.
Toblerone.
Yeah, I don't.
But I know what you're talking about, Cory.
Yeah. I remember taking the kids like across the neighborhood that we live in. Like if you go across Telegraph Road toward the golf course and go trick-or-treating over there, they give away like full-size candy bars.
Yeah,
like,
there were
like king-size candy
everybody knew growing up where to go for that.
bars. Yeah.
Mary Jane's.
Mary Jane's?
Yes.
Oh God,
Yeah, I was never a fan.
Oh,
weren't
I
they?
love them.
They were
Really?
like
Oh yeah.
they were like they were like a brittle kind of consistency, weren't they? And they were like a white and a brown, like striped or something like that.
They were yellow. Yellow and red. And I'm gonna pull up a picture to.
Yeah, Mary Jane. No, weren't they with the yellow wrapper?
Yeah.
Oh,
You gonna
God,
put it
no.
on screen?
I would have thrown those out.
You would have thrown them away.
Yeah, well, you guys didn't have sisters that were 9 and 10 years older than you that would wait for you to go trick-or-treating. And then while you slept, because you had to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, they would take your pillowcase full of candy and they would take out all the Reese's and all the Snickers and all the good shit and leave you with this crap.
Hold on a second.
Oh, those are disgusting.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Oh my God, they tasted like ass, wide open ass.
Cory loved them.
Why do they still
Oh, my
and,
goodness.
molasses and peanut butter.
Oh,
they're nasty.
Yeah. So
it was wrapped factory rat shit.
I had two sisters as well. Now they were younger than me, but I'm going to put the blame on you here, sir, because you should never go to bed with a whole pillowcase full of your candy just sitting out there for people to.
It wasn't. It would be
root through.
It would be hidden like on a shelf in my closet somewhere. Or
Not
something
well
like.
enough, apparently.
Apparently not. No. Apparently I needed to sleep with it so it all melted under my face.
Yeah, you put a bunch of mouse traps on the top of that shit right in the bag,
And for whatever reason I never knew. But you never like. I didn't know till I was an adult because it was between my mom and my sisters who self-proclaimingly like were dieting and wouldn't eat candy and wouldn't eat food and wouldn't do this. But suddenly my candy supply would just be depleted, over the course of like a week.
No, you got to take your game to the people. So that whole night, it was like an odd Frasier episode where me and my two sisters would all separately be trying to sneak around and get to the other's pillowcase to get some of their candy.
Didn't you guys all go to the same houses though?
We did until we got old enough where you go with your friends and they
okay.
go with their friends. But still, you'd come back to the same house and you each have your own pillowcase full of shit. But then the fucking con was on that night. It was,
Did you guys use
how can I scheme?
You guys use
to get,
pillowcases too?
yeah. Well, how can I scheme to get my sister's candy from their pillowcases? What?
It's that question.
Oh, like
No,
he and
just
I are
you-
the only two.
yeah, just you two.
Just yeah.
No, I'm just.
What is
I'm-
this craziness you said?
I'm
Pillowcases,
I'm
Nick.
just wondering, is there like a group of people out there that were like, oh, we always use the little pumpkin buckets. We never use pillowcases. And my family we had four kids and everyone used the pillowcase.
Yeah, we did too. But I think my kids used pumpkin buckets until they were old enough where I was like, no, I'm drawing the line. Like we need to graduate to the pillowcases.
Need to get some serious candy.
Yeah, you can't walk around carrying they're getting too old for that.
Let me ask you, gentlemen, this.
Yeah.
Did you ever carry a spare pillowcase in your back pocket?
Never.
No, because
Fuck yeah, I did.
No, I always had the king size pillowcase.
And we were told that don't
Boy, did you carry two of them?
don't get too greedy.
Do you know how long you have to trick or treat to go to fill up a king size pillowcase?
Not that long.
Do you guys
Quite a while. Maybe you were trick or treating in a more affluent neighborhood than I was.
Bob, do you remember? Do you remember how long as kids? And I will say this because you're the patriarch of the podcast, but
Oh, thanks, man.
Do you remember how long that we could, even in my generation, could trick or treat?
I felt like it was 5 straight hours.
And now it's like an hour and 55 minutes and it's done. Porch lights off, done.
Yeah.
Like there are like cutoff time. They're like, no, you are done.
And I still trick or treated during the days of like there was scares about like Tylenol being poisoned. You know what I mean? Razor blades and apples.
They were giving you Tylenol?
Yeah.
No, not. But there were those types of fears on behalf of parents where you didn't know what was going. You didn't exactly 100% trust the government or the food supply anymore.
Oh, my parents would take our pillowcase. They would take our pillowcases, but they would do it in front of us. So I didn't think they were stealing the food, and they would physically have to inspect all the candy.
You know, that was all just myths. There was never a single documented case of any child dying or anything like that.
It didn't matter because they all remembered back when they were kids where
look it up.
Every person was honest and they didn't have to worry about it. You didn't have to have fences. You didn't have to lock your doors. You didn't have to lock your cars. And all of a sudden they were like faced with like, oh, the world we're living now is that, people are trying to poison my kids, apparently.
Yeah.
So it was a big
to-do.
mental blow for the mothers. My dad still didn't give a shit. He's like, you'll be fine. My mom was like, if you get any apples, you give them right to me. You don't eat those apples.
You eat a razor, you just spit it out. Don't continue chewing.
My dad was like, to find out what kind of blade it is.
4 cases of tampering reported between 2008 and 2019, but none result in injury or death. Tampering with Halloween candy.
And I would say to you, back when I was trick-or-treating, my parents didn't worry about it because they didn't make good apples yet. All the apples sucked ass.
But you didn't know they sucked ass because you didn't have fucking Cosmic Crisp and all that other bullshit that you're
No, and that's why I'm saying that's I knew they sucked ass. I hated apples until the good ones were invented.
Todd, you get a bee in your bonnet about something that you like, and
I don't get how you hate an apple.
it's just a reoccurring
Because they're
theme,
terrible.
It's a fucking apple. But back in the day, you didn't know. You didn't
I
know
did.
that there was. You did not know there was a Cosmic Crisp coming.
I didn't because it didn't exist. What I'm saying, Bob, is back then I just hated apples. I thought apples were horrible.
I'm kind of upset that through all this time of wagging your bushel of apples around, that you have not sent a care package to the Schnozzcast. Like,
Cosmic Crisp apples.
I understand that you guys can't get them there. You don't have that low-hanging Cosmic Crisp tree off the side of that mountain next to that waterfall, so I will send some. And it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, well, I'll send some when you guys send some of Katie's bread my way. Thanks, Katie.
Maybe you should be talking to Katie, not the Schnozzcast. Oh, by the way, it was delicious.
I bet it was.
The cornbread.
So are my sugar bee apples.
Todd, I want you to turn around real quick and look behind you, and I want a Cosmic Crisp apple for every action figure that's lined up against your window.
Todd, would it be possible to get a Cosmic Crisp apple tree that you could just reach out that window there?
Eat in front of us on the podcast, you son of a bitch.
Oh, that would be awesome. But we got Honey Crisp apple cider for our donuts tonight.
All right, that's okay.
I will say this to close on that.
Yeah.
Cory, did you? I can't talk to these fucking geezers, but I can talk to you.
What?
Geezers, the old people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Did you have the McDonald's Halloween Happy Meal pails?
Yes.
The green
the green purple,
the green ghost and like the purple
orange,
monster
yeah.
and the orange pumpkin and the white ghost and the what was the purple one? Dracula or something like that?
I can't remember.
Maybe. But I did
His name was Grimace.
Listen here. You could do a lot worse than Grimace, sir.
I love how it's like, you guys, back when you were there, McDonald's didn't have Happy Meals.
They didn't have they were
They
the
didn't care about
1980s.
children.
McDonald's wasn't even around.
They didn't have the 1980s pails. The
Ray
Halloween,
Kroc was it was like a glint in his eye.
the Halloween
We
pails
had
were awesome.
McDowell's where I lived.
Corey, did you have the little chicken, the Halloween chicken nuggets, the toys that came like in
Those were amazing.
Yes, those were, I saw a little sparkle in your eye when I said that.
We were actually promised a set of them from Joe.
What does he have to do with anything?
Because he has. Apparently, he has a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Joe.
That's what he says.
Give me a break.
Are you putting this on the screen? What do you got?
Yeah, there they are.
Oh, okay.
$89 for the set.
For 4 of them.
That's not even the set because there's a purple one. They're trying to trick you with 2 ghosts.
How many people are watching this auction right now, Corey? Does it say there?
I'm trying to see.
30-day returns, shipping, variant returns. Scroll down a little bit.
It actually doesn't look like it's an auction. It looks like it's only buy it now.
Yeah, but
It
generally,
should say watchers or something like that.
maybe there isn't any then. Because normally, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's buy it now or whatever it'll say. Because you can add it to your watch list, and everybody who does is a watcher. So, all right.
McDonald's doesn't do anything cool like that anymore.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because
You just can't.
pandemic.
Yeah.
It's a plastic pail.
It's riddled with germs, Corey.
Goes right in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's your corona.
Oh, dude, if you put those in the dishwasher, come on, it would just be a little plastic.
You can put them on the top.
No.
Yeah, you don't have
no.
to turn on high heat or anything like that.
Dude, those
No,
were so
there's-
thin.
Yeah, the thinnest plastic.
They
in the
were
world.
awesome.
You think that McDonald's isn't going to just get by with a minimal amount of plastic to make that bucket? You're crazy.
Those were awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break for about 15 minutes. If you are watching us on YouTube, then go take a 15-minute break, make yourself a sandwich. Come on back and join us. If you're listening to us out on the streaming services, it'll only be less than 30 seconds. We'll be right back. And while you're out there, give us a like and subscribe. That'd be awesome. And welcome back to the second half of episode 147 for Schnozzcast. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're on the streaming service, man, that was quick. We're only going for 30 seconds, and here we are again. We went to the time machine and had 15 minutes of nice break and a little bit of regrouping. And do we have Mr. Todd Dillon back yet?
We do.
There he is. Excellent. And I think, therefore, while Cory is trying to mic up a special guest for us here, we're going to try to get into a little gentleman's agreement.
Oh, it's the MF and Gentleman's Agreement. Oh, done.
There it is. There it
I
is.
love that.
I always enjoy doing that one. It's those off-the-cuff ones, Todd, I get happy about. All right, so I was gone for a week, so I've got one to do. Only one to do, but Todd, let's start with you. Let's start with you. I think that you had White Boy Rick, and I'm not sure who it came from.
I think it came from Cory.
Cory, did you give him White Boy Rick? It's just White Boy?
Get it right.
I thought it was White Boy Rick.
It's about White Boy Rick, but it's called White Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
This is a
So,
documentary.
yeah, so 30
okay.
second. 30 seconds. It's not really a documentary. It's a movie.
Well, hold on. Did you watch the right thing? So, Cory, you're saying there's a movie called White Boy Rick and a documentary called White Boy? Yes. Which one was he supposed to watch? Did you watch? It sounds like he may watch the movie.
Why don't, since
did.
you always make Todd go first, why don't you go against the grain? So,
I
because,
already started with that.
well, then Cory's not going to hear his review of the movie you gave him.
Oh, he'll eventually do it.
I mean, it would just be smart.
All right, we're going to pivot real quick then, Todd, while Cory's mucking with microphone. Again, that's my mic you're muting when you do that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, Nick. You
Yeah.
had American Sniper.
I had American Sniper. About 30-second synopsis was about Chris Kyle, the things from 9/11 leading up to mobilizing the Navy SEALs, and it was really cool. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely watch it. Pretty action packed, but it deep dove a lot further than I thought it was going to into his personal life and things like that. I won't give away any spoilers. I'm sure there are probably some people that haven't seen it.
Or not.
That are like me. But yeah, it was a really good pick. For whatever reason, anything military, it just always hits home with me. My family's always been super patriotic. Other than our generation, going back hundreds and hundreds of years, they've been in all the wars and in the military and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate movies about that kind of stuff. And I thought they did it very, very well. So that
That sounds like I got a good review.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're not doing a letter grade?
No, I refuse. No, it puts too much pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
It puts too much pressure. It makes the other person potentially feel bad. So you either liked it or you didn't.
I don't think we've ever really cared about making people feel bad in this show.
We only care about that when it comes to gentleman's agreement, apparently.
That's the only time.
I mean, I can't always just dance to the beat of everyone's drum. I got.
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be a letter grade. It's the way that I.
Yeah, it was what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I sometimes there has to be a shining star to guide the rest of the troops.
For Christ's sakes. From that, let's pivot over. I just want to take a minute to welcome our special guest, Gina.
Hello.
Hello. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Gina!
Hey, Todd.
Special Halloween guest?
Yeah, special Halloween guest. Gina, did you have a movie that was assigned to you the last time you were
I
here?
think it was Clerks.
It was, and I assigned it to you.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
I did watch it.
You did watch it.
I did watch it.
Was that 2019?
2019. Maybe pandemic time.
Yeah.
But this is great. We can have do you remember? Can you?
I kind of remember. It kind of was like kind of nostalgic with the, renting a movie and the liquor store and just kind of more like our time.
Yeah, it sounds like you watched it a long time ago.
I just remember the one guy talking to his girlfriend and how many guys she was with and how many BJs she gave out. That's
In a row.
One part I remember. In a row.
In a row.
Gina's like, finally, someone else that keeps a log of this stuff.
I'm leaving. Try not to suck any dick out to the parking lot.
And, yeah, that's basically what I remember. That hockey, like a Blockbuster type store.
Okay,
Cool.
so you switched me to one.
I didn't touch a thing.
I did,
All I
sorry.
know
I
is that's the
forgot to tell you.
second time you've been here.
Yeah, because I was on 2. He switched me during the break.
I know.
How am I supposed to know that?
Because last time you did it, I told you don't do that.
And we said we were going to switch it on the break.
I never heard that, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I accidentally pressed the wrong
All right,
one."
You are one again, and you will remain one for
Thank you.
All of
the rest
eternity.
of time. For the rest of time.
Good Lord.
Gina, awesome. That's like coming full circle. I'm so glad we got to close
I
the
was
loop
like,
on
kind
that.
of remember.
Yeah. All right. So Todd apparently
Yes, sir.
watched.
I did it again. I did it again. I did.
right.
I watched the wrong thing again.
So you watched the Matthew McConaughey.
I did.
Okay. I mean, again, not that big of a mistake. We can still go with it.
Yeah. He didn't watch like Casablanca or something.
Passable.
Well, I will say. So I gave the movie a solid B-. I will absolutely watch the documentary now, not just because I screwed up again, but because I'm intrigued. Because the movie moves through a lot of stuff, and essentially the 30-second synopsis is white boy Rick, true story. Kid grew up to a half criminal father in Detroit, and got into being a drug dealer, but really was kind of pulled into being a drug dealer by law enforcement. They actually leveraged his naivety to get him to start dealing drugs and setting people up for drug stings, and he ended up getting arrested and doing one of the longest nonviolent criminal stint in law enforcement history in Michigan. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. I think the one thing the reason why I didn't give the movie a higher grade, because it's very intriguing. It was cool to see some of my old haunts in the show, but it was very, very. It didn't dig into parts. Like couldn't figure out like when they, and no spoilers, but like any drug dealer, there was a point where they tried to kill him. They tried to assassinate him, but he lived. And how he got it wasn't clear in the movie to me how from there he was able to recover and then get back into the game and be hanging out with those same set of gangsters.
So, Todd, I will tell you, if you like the movie that much, then the documentary is going to blow your socks off.
Okay, that's why I said I got to watch it. I gave the movie a solid B-.
Because I will say some of the people they were able to track down that are still currently around from those exact days and moments are still alive and well, and we're willing to go on and give interviews.
Cool. I will definitely watch it. But
Todd,
still worth watching. Absolutely worth watching.
Todd, real quick, we got a
Yes, sir.
shot sitting here. If you want to do one with us, G and I are going to do one.
Yep.
Feeling better?
I'm pouring
Feeling
it
better
up
now?
right I feel much better.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I just
Machu
lost
Picchu.
all my sound.
While you were losing your sound and
Yeah,
adjusting that, we heard.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, and I'm
Sorry,
wondering-
it's my
So
fault.
it sounds like it's coming from your connector.
Yeah.
Was it my fault? I was getting my.
No.
No.
It's definitely
It
Cory's.
might be Cory. We're not sure yet. But
It's not popular.
while he's investigating that, we're gonna move on.
not a popular opinion if it's Cory.
I had the grand tour from Nick a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So I really liked it. Grand tour is about the guys from Top Gear, I guess, got booted off whatever BBC network they were on, and Netflix picked them up, and they started a new show called The Grand Tour. And it's the same three, usual gang of idiots, Jeremy Clarkson and a couple of other guys whose names I can't remember. And the show's basically about their love of cars. And they try to, they're all British, so there's a definite British sensibility, sense of humor. They try to throw in little bits. I ended up watching, I think, 8 episodes of it.
Jesus.
But it was one of those cool things where, like, I could be doing something and have it on, and I could catch what they were doing, and I could, pause it and then finish what I was doing if they were getting to a part that I really wanted to see. So I definitely sat and watched the first 3, like, no other distractions. But after that, it was just one of those things where,
You can jump in and jump out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Bob. So, did you see the episode where they had the Rolls Royce, Aston Martin, and the Dodge Challenger?
Yes. Yeah.
That's an awesome one.
And they, Clarkson bet on the Rolls Royce on the Aston, I think, and the Challenger ended up winning.
The Aston Martin.
And he bet,
beating
if he
the
lost,
Challenger on the track.
yeah, if he lost, they could knock his house down.
Yeah.
So
I wholeheartedly agree with your sentiment on that, because it's almost like a podcast, because you don't have to, they're not jumping up and down and doing like a circus performance where you have to be like, oh, I got to see this. Like it's witty British humor. And so you could absolutely be doing something in the background and still listen to it. And I know when I was at Mike's helping him paint, I wasn't watching the TV at all. And all of a sudden I'd be like, and I would just start cracking up, And so you definitely don't have to absolutely stare at the TV to watch it.
yeah,
And like Mike said, he's like, it's about the fact that they love cars, but it's not a car show.
it's centered around cars, but they, they're not comedians, but a lot of, just like a podcast, just like this podcast, they tend to thrive on those types of gags where they're just busting each other's balls the whole show.
Yeah, they're kind of like an older British version of Impractical Jokers kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
that's a
are
good-
surrounded around cars.
Yeah, but when they did go out in the field, and they would have like entire episodes devoted to like them out in the desert doing a sniper drill. That was it's all pretend. They're actually out there trying it, but they're setting up different scenarios that are like very well staged, where one of their guys has to go and clear out like a minefield or something like that. He has to go take a package out to a place, and he can't do it because every time he goes out to do it, he ends up blowing himself up. Clearly, he's not blowing himself up, but they do a shot, and then they kind of like back in time to the start again, and it's like a Groundhog Day sort of a thing. So there are some episodes that are very well choreographed and timed, and with an eye toward making you laugh and entertaining you. So it was really good. So if it makes Mike smile, you can tell Mike I liked it.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. He surprisingly hasn't seen much of it himself, but so we were both kind of watching it together. He knew of all the guys, and he watched Top Gear.
Yeah,
But
most Brits love Top Gear.
Oh yeah, and Top Gear was on for years.
Yeah.
There are old episodes of Top Gear, but who's the tallest? And the name's escaping.
Jeremy
but
Clarkson.
the tallest guy. He's
Yeah.
absolutely my favorite.
I like the who's
He's
the
just always
shorter
ripping.
guy?
He's ripping into that short guy the whole time.
Yeah.
All the time. He's like, oh, I see. We've got children here with us today because we've got so and so. And he's like,
Yeah.
but it's not. I know Cory probably thinks just the way it sounds, it's probably a little highbrow British humor, but it's not too bad. Like I feel like he probably wouldn't like it just knowing his personality, but
it's hard to say because British humor is one of those categories
Is
where
it like Mighty Python type of humor?
some of the guy like Clarkson has a very dry wit.
I love it.
But the other shorter guy with the goatee, again, I can't remember his name. Richard?
He's just got young energy.
Is it Rich? Yeah, young energy, like a young stand-up comic. And he's better with the one-liners, not quite as dry. But if you either kind of like and get British humor or you don't. If you don't like it, then things like this you're probably not going to be excited about. Things like Monty Python, you're probably not going to be excited about.
But I would say it's kind of, and we can move on. I know we talked about it way too much, but I've seen older British humor that I can't wrap my brain around, like the Mr. Bean shit, and all that stuff. Like
that one hurt.
Not Mr. Bean.
I mean, I can't.
Mr. Bean isn't even British humor. Because the guy
Sit
doesn't
down
talk.
Focus on stuff like that.
It's all physical comedy.
I understand that, but I feel like that they are not that, like, I really can't even understand what's going on.
It's too slapsticky. No, I get you there, but I don't draw that from that. I don't even put like that show into the Monty Python or even that genre. Because it is cars and it is sophisticated. It's sophisticated without being too over the top highbrow. They do a good job.
Yeah, I think I like it because the way they mash it up is kind of like a documentary. Jeremy Clarkson, right?
Yeah.
Almost
it's Kelly's cousin.
Oh yeah, almost does like a David Attenborough kind of like narration to what's going on. So yeah, it's kind of focused around cars, but they don't bang you over the head with cars to where you're like, if you don't know about cars, you're not going to enjoy the show. And there's a lot of dry humor underneath it. So he'll say like, would you say the other guy's first name was? Richard. So while we're going into this new town, we had to appear to soup up our vehicles. Richard has gone ahead with the Porsche, and because he is of child size, he can fit inside. So they'll say something like that because the guy's really short. And so, like, if you don't catch the fact that he's super short, you're not going to find that extremely funny. But that kind of, like, slide one under the rug there, like, jabs, I just fucking tickle my ribs, dude, because I crack the fuck up when I hear stuff like that. But
you don't crack up when I call TTTT.
Oh, dude, I do. I think it's hysterical.
I'm laughing right now, Todd.
I didn't think that was hype based. I thought it was speed based.
Because I think it's
hype based too.
Absolutely brilliant when you first said the Taoist tortoise in reference to Cory. And if that's not comedy gold enough that you knew that you couldn't beat a dead horse, so you wanted us to kind of rediscover it. So you're like, I was going to say the TT over there. And everyone's like, what? The TT? Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's perfect.
Cory is unamused by that.
So perfect.
All right, Cory. Your break the rear was Sandcastle.
Yes, I had Sandcastle from Greg. Good movie. It's all based around.
Seen it, so
it's based around a platoon from Army Corps of Engineers, or I believe it's the Army Corps of Engineers, that they're over in Afghanistan trying to rebuild a water main for a village for all the people that live there. And there's just a constant back and forth between the Army Corps of Engineers and the people living in that area. And then there's to me, the only thing that sucked about it was kind of like the average war movie of today. It had the undertone of, I'm going to reach out to, the people that live in this village. And it was like a private first class that was making these interactions with people. It's like, well, he would never be able to promise anything in real life or do anything in real life over there. And then there was just like in Black Hawk Down, the joke about taking armor out of your plate carrier, taking it out of the back because, you're not going to get shot, running away from the enemy that we just destroyed. So don't even worry about that. And then, of course, what happens to that guy? He gets shot in the back at some point and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it had a good message to it, and it was entertaining. Ending, again, terrible.
Yeah.
Just absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Everything just kind of comes to a close with no reasons, no closure to anything that happened throughout the movie, and it's just kind of left at that.
Like no deep dive explanations, like just
Not even a shallow explanation.
not even like a surface cut
No.
explanation.
No, they basically pull the private in the I can't remember his rank, but he's like, "Oh, you're going home," and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well,
The end.
I'm your boss." and then it literally shows him getting on the plane. He's like, "This is a beautiful place," and he gets on the plane. That's the end of the movie.
Everybody's talking at me.
Or sorry, this is a beautiful day.
Oh, no.
That's what he said. And that he just gets on the plane, and that's credits
it.
roll.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like an open wound.
Probably better for Greg that he wasn't here for that.
Probably. Again, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely an entertaining movie, and I was waiting for that conclusion, which sadly did not come.
We can pretend he's here.
Yes.
Okay, so before new assignments, did we determine are we assigning scary movies or are we not?
Yes.
I thought we were.
I mean,
Okay, I didn't know.
Todd, that suits you, buddy. That's a very
that Luke suit.
yes.
Sorry, what?
Luke suit Ryan.
Oh, now I gotta switch over to.
Hang on, Todd. Let me bring up just your camera.
Oh, you're rocking the Caesar,
Oh my god, what the
Todd, show the rest.
dude?
There's more?
I didn't see the piggy tails. I thought it was Ellen.
You guys are a second behind. You'll see it.
More than a second behind, yeah. So while we're waiting for
Pretty
that,
sexy back there.
Thank you.
Gina, I don't know when you're gonna be back. Do you want to skip this round?
You just skip me.
Okay. Yeah. Are you supposed to be Princess Leia?
No, I'm still at Oktoberfest.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a hot
I'm a
blonde
maid
German chick.
I'm a Macon.
Oh my god,
Wow.
Todd. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm so glad that's not what you look like all the time.
I was
Hey, at least he's wearing
actually
pants tonight.
I don't know. He kind of stopped at a certain point of the camera there, and
He's going commando. You know?
yeah, didn't go very far. So maybe he's
Holy
not.
cow. All right, so we are doing new assignments with scary movies, even though by the time everybody watches them, Halloween's going to be come and gone.
That's okay.
We should have been doing it all month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I know.
don't have to do it.
We can. It's. I just want to know what the rules are. I'm going to give you, the assignment.
Dude, you know how hard it is for me to assign movies. So now you know how even more difficult it's going
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
be.
put them in a box.
It's like you can pick any movie in the world. That's super difficult for you. But now it's a very specific.
So do you want to give Nick a pass then for?
Yeah, because
Nick to
there's
pick
probably a chance that
Nick can pick anything. Well, no, you
I'm
don't
gonna
want to.
I'm gonna
No, I
pick
don't.
3 or 4 scary movies.
Okay.
No.
No, I wouldn't either because it was my idea.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't realize
I want to see what kind of work he does right
the
here.
little amount of scary movies I've seen.
Okay, you gonna be prepared to verbally dance along with me here while he's fumbling
Yeah,
about?
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just give me Gina, and then
It's not gonna happen.
and then that'll be a little bit easier.
All right, so here's what you got. I got Cory. Cory's got Todd. Todd's got Nick. And Nick, you got
Sweet.
Oh, wonderful. The guy who's seen every movie is
Yeah.
being assigned by the guy who has never seen
Do
anything.
you want me to re-randomize this?
No,
Okay.
this is fantastic.
All right.
Because
You
I
can go last if
I have
you
a
want.
sneaking suspicion that no matter what I say, 9 times out of 10, Cory will just say,
Seen it.
it.
I've seen it.
So
I don't always believe that.
here's
by
the
way.
question. Do you want to go first so you can make an assignment of the scary movie before someone else assigns that movie? Or do you want
Well, I'm
to
going to go
last?
first so you can tell me 3 movies in a row that you've seen, and
Okay.
then I can deep dive into something else.
That's fair.
Have you seen Stigmata?
I have not seen Stigmata.
Yeah, there you go. Right out of the
First
gate.
go.
Right off the bat there.
I think Cory hated it.
Yeah, it was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't
it
think Cory
wasn't.
liked that.
But you liked it, I hope?
I loved it.
Okay.
That's why he had to think he can't
That's all
assign
I
it if he
need
hates
to.
it.
That's all I need to hear. All right, well that one's done.
So just remember this when you're giving your review. If you want to be on Team Cory or Team Nick.
I give less than a shit about either of those teams. So, all right, Todd, you got Nick.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
So
easy.
I'm gonna go out on a limb again. I'm gonna push my luck and see if I can give another thing. See if it stands up to time. Nick, I'd like to assign you The Omen.
Okay.
That's a good,
Good
one.
movie.
That's a good one.
Oh, with Damien? Just a
Yes.
rambunctious little kid?
Yes. Have you seen it?
No, it was a reference in Seinfeld.
Cory, you got Todd.
Todd, you have Demon House on Amazon Prime.
Okay. I'll get it right that time, unless there's another demon houses or
No,
demon home.
pretty sure it's
Demon
the only
Home
one.
I think it's the
V2.
only one.
Yeah, so you should be good.
Bob, do you have Cory?
Yeah.
Oh, will you fucking just rock his world and give him something that he's absolutely never seen?
Well,
That's the whole
it has
point.
to be. Yeah. What are you asking me to do? Follow the rules? I could do that.
That's funny.
All right, Cory. I feel like let me look back. I want to see if I
Bob Rankin's a funny guy.
If I pulled your name last year at this time. 10, 30, 20. I gave you Moon. I also gave you Evil Dead on the 10th.
Okay,
last year.
is this an assignment or all the things he's watched?
I'm just trying to figure out whether this is going to
Yeah.
be as hard as I thought it was last year.
Okay.
He just needs a reference.
All right. Have you seen Witches of Eastwick?
Yes.
Witches of Eastwick. I do not believe so.
It's kind of a girly movie.
You know what's weird about Cory, though, is that you...
Well,
Is
hold
it
on.
scary?
I think it's not necessarily scary, but
It's got witches in the title,
exactly.
so that's Halloween.
Halloween. Thanks, Nick.
Oh, my God, Bob. Come on.
I mean, Danielle might enjoy
you
it
know
more
what?
than you.
No, she's sleeping anytime he's home.
I liked it, but there's a bunch of I could pick something else here.
It's like
I just went with the one I'm
it's
pretty
like-
sure it's the only one he hasn't seen.
It's like Hocus Pocus with a just
An
very
older
a way better cast.
Have you seen the Babadook?
No.
Take the Babadook.
I think he's...
Take that.
I think-
Corey, you're gonna
I
like
think
that.
he
Looking
usually...
it up
ta-
I like them both, but you're gonna like that one a lot
He-
better than the one I.
I think he
first
usually
assigned.
takes those at the end of the night when he's over here. He spends a lot of time babadooking downstairs.
Lots of it.
Babadook.
Okay. Gotcha.
I've never heard of that one.
Bob. Babadook. And he's going to be very excited because not necessarily tonight because of what things he's dealing with on a personal level, but when he comes back to the Chateau de Bader, there is now a pseudo rainfall shower head that's been put in the basement shower, which I did send him a picture of, and the bidet's been installed. So I said, you may want to tell Danielle that you're going to be even later than normal on podcast days. Yeah, put a mini fridge down here. I'll never have to leave.
You have a mini fridge down here.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
Thank God this camera's not working. Can only imagine the pants around the ankles. I'm going to go grab a beer.
No, just no pants at all.
Oh,
Why restrict myself and keep them at my ankles?
I almost forgot, Corey, because we're on gentleman's agreement. I found this and I wanted to do a follow up on an assignment that you gave me. Remember assigning me the final member?
Yes.
So I discovered. Don't ask me why. I was curious, but
Okay, I will not.
there is you can buy the movie instead of renting it or streaming it. You can buy a copy of it on Blu-ray, and there's a limited edition Blu-ray for this that comes with a real bull penis.
Wow.
What?
Yes,
That is something.
yes.
is this something you've been searching for a while?
Is it-
or-
Nope.
Is it cooked?
I can't say I can't tell. But if you order it on Blu-ray, you can see a set that includes a genuine bull penis. Now, this movie came out a while ago. I don't know how old it was when you assigned it to me.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I will say here, Bob, I know
Yeah.
you don't watch the comments typically, but Lori did say, I love Stagmata.
Stagmata. Is that the study of
Stagmata.
evil deer?
She said, no, there's no stag.
Okay.
Stog.
Stog.
Stagmata?
I love Stagmata. I will
Okay.
watch it with you. I own it. I took that.
Really?
I took that only as that she loves the movie. So
Okay.
Stagmata.
that aside,
Well, looks like we're watching it together.
If only we could reference double English major a teacher to fix that sentence, but I don't know.
If anyone out there knows any.
Fat finger. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, no, I hope, I only hope, the typo would be my last hope. I really, really, really hope that the nights that she's with us, because she just is tried and true, like all the time with us in the room, constantly watching us. I hope on those nights that she is like, the kid's in bed, bottle of wine for mama, like I am just pounding the sherry. Like, I hope that's what happens.
Pounding the sherry.
Pounding the sherry.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
Wow.
That's supposed to mean?
I know. That seems worse than stacks of pancakes to me.
So sherry is a fortified
Pounding
wine.
the sherry.
Pounding is referencing to drink.
It's sherry with an S, not with C. I was confused.
I was going to say, so when Sherry leaves, what does she do?
Oh.
I mean, I was waiting for it.
Okay, who refers to a woman as the in front of it? Like, no one would ever say, like, pounding the Gina.
Glad you stopped by.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Stop by.
Corey's like, maybe a little bit later on, I'll be romancing the Danielle when I get home.
Exactly.
Works every time.
No, be romancing the
I
Danielle.
sometimes knock the dust off the Mary.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
Please Todd, you're gonna have to tell us whether or not she ever caught this episode.
Oh, when she does, you'll find out.
Because
we'll
we'll never hear from
man,
Todd
can
again.
I come hang out there for a week?
So anyway, if you guys would let me get back to this genuine bull penis that I was talking
Oh,
about.
yes.
Please do.
Is it cooked?
It is preserved in a bottle with a wax seal, numbered, and features a certificate of authenticity to ensure that you're receiving the absolute highest quality product. Additionally, each Blu-ray contains a certificate of donation to the Icelandic Philological Museum, should you be so inspired. And on top of that, because now I'm wondering, like, where can you get this? Is it still available? Yeah, they don't sell it anymore. However, someone has it up on eBay.
How much?
$799.
Jesus Christ.
That's buy it now. You could theoretically
Try to haggle.
$36 for 24 months with PayPal credit.
Okay, for those of us who didn't watch the movie or can't remember your review from a year and a half ago, can you tell us what is the draw to wanting to buy a bull penis?
Yeah, the documentary was about a gentleman in Iceland who owns a museum that's entirely dedicated to penises, called the Icelandic Philological Museum. Philological.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Home to over 280 specimens collected from every different kind of creature you can think of, and the human penis was the only one that he was missing, and that was the crux of the plot of the documentary.
Couldn't he just cut off his own and put it in the museum?
I'm sure.
I mean, he was that
he explored other options first.
If he was that passionate about it, I mean.
Or you could have bought John Wayne's Bobbits.
Wait, hold on.
With John
There's
Wayne's
a difference
Bobbits?
between
Bobbits?
John Bobbitt and John Wayne.
Yeah.
Did I pause too much?
I think so.
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that.
God, I hope the ghost of John Wayne fucking fucks with you tonight.
The Duke. Yeah, so I thought you'd be.
That is very interesting. I know what I'm saving up for.
And it's going to go on my shelf,
not.
right over here by the on-air sign.
All right.
I'll just tell you one. My dog loved to eat them. They smoke them.
They do
They
dogs,
call 'em bully
dogs,
sticks.
bully sticks.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bully sticks for bull penises.
Yeah.
They're stretched out and dehydrated.
Yeah, you can get them at PetSmart.
Dogs go crazy for them.
But
Dogs love
Todd,
dicks.
Indy loves them.
Yes,
Todd,
sir.
have you had Rocky Mountain oysters?
I have not, but I am looking forward to today when I get out to Coors Field to have them at a sporting venue.
Okay.
Dicks and balls. Great conversation here, guys.
Gee,
Word.
You know how I move on from that?
I don't know. How do you move on?
Existential question of the week.
For this week,
You just start playing music from some other
Yeah.
segment.
Nick's
Let's move on.
for this week on Nick's existential question of the week. It's going to be a little Halloween theme. Surprise, surprise. And the question of the week is going to be, if you could die tomorrow and become a ghost and only haunt one person, who would that person be and why? Die tomorrow, haunt one person. I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be a follow-up question, so I'll give a pause for that.
Oh, I thought you were reaching over to mute Todd's
No,
mic.
no.
Saying that.
Dude,
Except for Todd.
if we had like a little label maker, we could put labels there where I actually knew who, instead of just finger fucking anything.
Well, that's him. That's the only.
Okay,
way-
all right.
All right.
There's like 15 fucking buttons.
Get a
here.
label maker and make yourself some labels.
Yeah.
The label baby junior.
Seems like an easy problem to solve.
It sounds like you solved it already.
No, because he's gonna be like, dude, I spent $600 on this. Don't put fucking sticky labels all over it.
I mean, if it would help the production of the
Help.
show,
It would really help.
I
all
don't
of
see.
that.
I don't see. Like, it's not like you would put a sticker on there that says Nick is the best, which I'm sure it would probably be on there
Yeah,
somewhere. But
probably.
He's like, good idea.
Corey,
how does this help us again?
underneath.
Just so you know, while we're doing the show.
Never.
I mean,
look
if that'll
underneath.
keep you from hitting the wrong button all the time, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I have a
love
clarifying
how you
question.
feel like that. This is yes, sir.
Clarifying question.
Yes,
Yes.
Todd.
So, if I pick a person, do I help them all their day and into eternity, or just while they're living, or like a finite cutoff?
Todd, move closer to the mic because that whole sentence cut out like crazy.
I don't think it was you being far away from the mic.
Yeah,
I think it was
Just try
I
it.
think it was the interwebs.
Just try
I
it.
think it was the interwebs.
Just try it.
Apparently, it's my internet connection because Corey said when we were at Mike's,
We had
when
no
he-
issue.
when he has like 4 times the amount of the connection that I have, which I pay like $100 a month just for Wi-Fi.
Why?
Because I increased it for the podcast. So you can Mike's is literally for a small business, like it's an astronomical amount of Wi-Fi. So and
Amazing.
Bob and I had talked.
Do you buy
about
by
this.
the barrel?
Yeah, I think so. Bob and I had talked about this off mic, and we said that if this is a path we wanted to go down, then we would just split it and all go down that road, seeing my usage per month and how much the podcast uses, and go from there. But we don't think it's necessary. But anyhow,
I do. I do
Yeah.
because you're always complaining about not being able to hear me.
I don't.
So try your question again, buddy.
Well, no, I forgot my question.
All right, moving on.
Clarifying question.
Yes, sir.
So the person I picked to haunt,
Yes.
do I haunt them throughout eternity or just until they die? So, like, if I picked an old person, I could potentially only get like a couple of
Well,
weeks.
they're
Oh,
dead.
you want to get the most haunting for your buck.
I want to know if that's do I need to account for that? Because I don't want to haunt somebody who's already on death's door, right? Because I might get one good Shazam in the shower, and then
And then all of a sudden they're there with you, and they're like,
exactly,
"What the fuck?"
it's like,
Are you
well,
fucking-
that was a coin not spent well.
I just want to clear. So you said you could give them one good Shazam in the shower. That's your haunting method. That's your strategy. The old shower Shazam.
You'll have to wait and see when I name you as my person I'd haunt.
That's fine, dude. I can handle a shower Shazam.
Yeah, so I would say that it's, I mean, if you have a lot of old people you despise, then I guess that's going to be a slippery slope of
doesn't?
how you decide on who you want to haunt, but take it as you may. Yeah,
Okay.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
No answer.
no answer. You just wanted to clarify. All right, now
Yep.
you're gonna get some serious.
All right,
thought.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So mine would be Derek Muhammad. Because he's,
Who that?
Who's
I
that?
don't know.
so he's a guy.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a huge. He's a huge.
Did he just take your answer? Because it sounds like you'd fight him for that.
No. I've had much more experience with him.
Yeah, but I know him as well, and he's dog shit. He's not even a person. I
Yeah,
fucking hate the guy.
He's
Yeah,
definitely not listening to our podcast anymore.
I will send him this clip just so he can hear it.
Oh, he is a big asshole. He's
Jesus Christ. Okay.
yeah. He used to work at Fairlane back in the day. He got fired. He's had
Hold on. You can hate the guy. We don't need to like air his dirty laundry on the podcast.
Yes, we do.
no, we do.
No,
he's
seriously.
not a great person at all.
I'm feeling really uncomfortable. I don't even know this guy.
Dude, listen.
You're-
What's
you're
his
lucky
name
you
again?
don't.
You're lucky. I
What-
tried.
what's his-
Derek Muhammad.
What's his name?
Jesus Christ.
Derek Muhammad.
Okay.
It's not
So,
actually
clarifying question.
Yes, sir.
Can more than one of us haunt the same person?
Sure.
I think I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Just okay. So without airing his dirty laundry on all the different things he's done, I've seen him make grown men cry.
I'm about to explain to you all the different.
No. I'm not going to go in detail, but he was a boss at the time, and he was a horrible boss. But to give you a for instance, I'll let Cory explain. I tried to get Cory a job with us at this college where he ran the public safety department. And Cory, just explain your short experience with him.
He called me one night from his phone, left me a voicemail, and since I was at work and couldn't answer that night, I'm like, it's 10:30 at night. That's kind of weird. He's calling me this late, anyways. But by the time I got done working, I'm like, it's way too late now to call him back. Called him back the next morning.
He didn't leave you a voicemail or anything.
He left me a voicemail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you knew what he was calling about.
Yep.
Okay.
And the next morning, didn't know who I was, didn't recognize my name, said he never called me. I tried to ask him, well, how did I get this number? He's like, I have no clue. It must be a wrong number.
Did you play in the voicemail back with his voice calling you?
I did. I actually left it on his work voicemail.
And he still denied it?
Of course, I didn't hear anything after that.
Was it important?
It was for a job.
Oh.
He was
that basically I had, but since I didn't call him back that night, he passed me up.
He was extremely narcissistic.
Serious?
Very serious.
And had huge power issues. Like he was kind of theoretically castrated like at his old jobs. And so he felt any power he got, that he just wanted to fuck over as many people as possible. So I remember the conversation. Like he said, fuck him. He don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to him. So instead of saying like, oh no, we're going to go in a different direction, like he pussed out and pretended he didn't know Cory, the person that I gave him the resume, and he called for a job.
Who I had prior contact with, also had an interview with.
Yeah.
And then I have no clue.
His professional way of handling it was telling him. I remember Cory told me, and I couldn't believe, because at the time it was in its infancy of me knowing him. But he told Cory, I don't know who you are. You have the wrong number. I don't know why you're calling me. And Cory's like, no, you left me a voicemail. It's for this job. I know Nick Bader kind of thing. No, you got the wrong person. Like it was just so juvenile, you know. And that doesn't even scrape the surface. But that's my person. Haunt him till he dies. Next person.
I want to haunt him in death too.
All right, are you gonna pick Cory the same guy?
I mean, that would be the easy. I mean, clearly, I do want to.
I'm picking
Bob answer.
I'm gonna pick him.
Yeah, Todd's gonna pick him.
I think I'd want to haunt Uncle Mike.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because he wouldn't be scared by it. He'd just be annoyed. And I think that'd be hilarious.
He did say several times, he said, I really enjoyed going, being around your friends and all that. But he's like, seems like Cory, I can really wind him up quite easily. He gets really upset. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm like, you put Cory on that ball busting pedestal and you set the stage. So Cory is just reacting accordingly. And if you get to that level with Cory and you get to that back and forth, then he's going to give it just as well as he's receiving it. So I'm like, I don't know if you really think this is serious, but he's never lost any sleep because of you, Mike. And
no, God, no.
And he's like, oh, he seemed pretty wound up a couple of times. I'm like, no, he's just giving it back to you.
Yeah.
He's told you several times, like, you're fucking lucky you're so old or I'd punch you in the face. And Mike's like, oh, and he would like look, and I'd be like, really? Do you understand what you just said to him though? Like, you got to be able to take it,
I think that'd be absolutely hilarious just seeing him pissed all the time because he's being haunted.
But in all reality, you could accomplish all those things while you're still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it might take a little time out of my day, but
yeah, that's true.
I could potentially work it out.
If you're haunting, you could just do it. You got nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
Turn the TV on, open the cupboards.
Cory's always dressed up in a sheet running around my house.
Ooh. I'm a little uncomfortable with the dressing up in a sheet talk, but
Todd.
Yeah.
Who are you haunting? Are you haunting this guy you don't know, Derek Muhammad?
I was gonna, but now I think about it, and I think you know who I was going to be at tops of my list. As someone who tried to sack our career early on.
Yep.
But I'm going to change it up a little bit because I just thought back to another time where I was hurt so badly that I actually cried.
I can sing a song about it for you.
Was that when you
it was a country song,
and that's when that hurt?
No,
He'd haunt himself.
it was when another man made me cry. So Dave Gilkey,
Dude.
Yep, Dave Gilkey.
Why did he made you cry?
He did. So when I was in college, I had a cat named Barney Badass. That's true.
He's a cool cat.
I was going to say,
a cool cat.
if you don't end that.
I've got an embarrassment of riches for possible episode title tonight. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to pick.
So
keep going.
Anyway, Barney Badass. When I had my single, Barney Badass and I were doing great, but somehow something got sideways with Barney, and he was. Every time he'd step into his litter box, the shit would come out before he got in the litter box. So he was peeing in the litter box and on his way to take a poop in there, but he'd shit right on the outside of it. And it became annoying, and this went on for weeks. And Dave Gilkey said, "Oh, we've had cats all my life. I have the perfect thing that's going to fix it for you, Todd." And he said, "What is that?" He says, "You need to go to the store and buy some of that Gerber baby rice and mix in some of the Gerber baby beef baby food and feed him that for a week, and that'll tighten him right up." And so I did that. And I fed Barney Badass about a whole box and 4 or 5 jars of that baby food. And Barney shit from the floor to the ceiling on everything I owned. And when I woke up in the morning and there was shit on everything, I bawled. And so for that, David Gilkey, I'll be haunting you.
Poor Barney.
Yeah, poor Barney Badass.
I would probably my haunting wouldn't be like because I hate someone. I would probably haunt my dad. If I was gonna die tomorrow, I would haunt my dad because he's got a camera that we got him this camera so I can kind of like see what's going on in his apartment. He lives by himself, and he always thinks everything's an orb, everything's a light, everything is something paranormal. So I would probably haunt my dad just because. I think he would just generally enjoy something going on in the apartment because he's always looking back at the videos to see if there's something going on. So it wouldn't be.
You just want to make it real.
But is he excited to know?
Make it real. Like he's like always looking. Is this an orb? I'm like, no, Dad, that's probably just dust.
Gina, is this a ghost? No, that's your dog, Dad.
That's your dog. I'm sorry. Wait, that's me, Dad. Hey.
All right. I think it's just me then. So I would haunt Dawn from Ray's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think it'd be the most fun haunting I would have.
Kind of like my reasoning for Mike.
Yeah, so I love Dawn, bartender from Uncle Ray's. But she's always got something going on. Some sort of throat infection, sty in her eye, or some sort of
ghost in her house.
No, some sort of ailment.
Add that to the list.
Some sort of ailment she's always plagued with something that she caught from somewhere, and she does not feeling good, and she's always cold, even in the summertime.
Yeah, she is.
And I feel like I could have the most fun.
I thought that was all
Messing
women.
with her.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. After you hit a certain age, I think we were just talking about that outside. I think the age is probably 35. So maybe
30. I'm 34.
You're a little bit early, but you're only a
Close
couple of
there,
months away,
Cory.
buddy.
Getting close.
And that's the time where shit starts to hurt for no reason, and you start getting cold at times you never got cold before. And
it is really weird because Cory, I mean, literally was one of the few people that I've known that could wear shorts and flip-flops in the wintertime. We'd be outside, whether it was trying to save face or whatnot. You know, we'd be outside of Ray's when we used to go there all the time, and it would be like legitimately 15 degrees outside. And I'd be like, dude, how are you not cold? And he'd be like, I'm fine. I'm okay. And I'd be like, no, there's no way. And now I've noticed, like, in the last 8 months or so, like, he's like, wow, fuck, it was cold out there. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Who is this?
Put pants on.
Tonight, and then
Yeah, outside.
last week we were at Mike's,
Word.
but the week before that, I remember standing out there talking to you guys. I could feel my teeth hitting because I'm like, yeah, freezing out here.
and you used to rip into us. You're like, you pussies.
Yeah, well, apparently,
like, wait,
apparently that time is over.
This person that would wear shorts in 15 to 20 degree weather is now, when it's like 57, like, woo, gotta go inside. And I noticed you have been saying lately, like, even when we're around a fire, you're like, I'm like, hey man, we got blankets, I got a coat. And nope, I knew this was gonna happen. Brought a coat. It's in the car. And I'm like, Cory brought a coat.
I got my socks.
Maybe I'll change my pick and hunt Cory.
I'm really surprised no one picked Cory. Honestly,
Maybe I'll change my pick.
Cory wouldn't be fun to haunt because he would not be afraid of it. You need to pick someone that's super jumpy, super hates anything scary. Like, that would be someone fun to haunt.
Yeah, but if you can haunt him, you can make him cold.
Yeah, but he's already cold because he's old.
that's we just determined
Like,
that.
what
Yeah.
the hell?
Can't imagine how cold you are then over there.
Todd, this is
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Todd,
I'm all right.
Todd, this is
I get by.
This is quite an amazing time that we have right now on the Schnozzcast, because this is like this metamorphosis like that is happening with Cory right now. He literally is, and I got to stop saying literally, but he is
Figuratively.
I know he's discovering pants, and he's finger wagged so much about jeans that he's trying to steer clear from jeans. So he's getting like tactical pants. But we just want to say from all of us, it is okay if you wear pants. It's fine. You don't have to wear coats. We understand you're getting colder now. Put on a pair of pants.
Yeah, get some of those Duluth fire hose pants, Cory.
There you go.
I got something very similar. They're going to be a pick one day, so I won't. I'll send you a text, Todd.
Okay.
There you go.
Todd, I did actually send to Bob one night a pair of, it was like LL Bean jeans. And they were blue jeans with flannel lining on the inside.
I have some of those.
And he said that I think he said his like balls and asshole were sweating just getting the text message.
Yeah.
No, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Even for me, I feel like I'm I'm starting to get itchy just even thinking about
No,
that.
it's soft flannel. Very, very nice. And on those, especially here, one of the weird things here is it doesn't get bitter cold, but the cold with the humidity in the wintertime, it gets bone chilling, even though it's not temperature wise very, very cold. And so, yes, the flannel line jeans. Yeah, what a great invention.
Dude, I'm like a very normal person when it comes to hot and cold. Like if it's cold, I'm gonna be cold. If it's fucking hot, I'm gonna be hot. Like I'm not like over the top on anything.
You get the right gear, bro.
I mean, according to Cory several years ago, I would get cold too easily. But now Cory, I feel like he's getting colder than I am.
I'm within striking distance of you.
Grandpa, it's okay.
But yeah, so I feel like that would be
afraid.
too much for him. But he did get a new pair of pants.
I was going to say that's
he
let's
really
take baby
loves.
steps.
Yeah.
That he
baby
really
Big
loves.
boy pants.
Any
Big
progress
boy
with Cory
pants.
is that a baby steps.
Are they pants or are they
three of them.
chinos?
Yeah.
Pants.
Are they pants or do they not go quite to your ankles?
No, they're pants.
Are you talking
I thought about it, Todd. I thought about it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Capri pants?
I meant capris.
Culottes?
The cool part about this is he's not even 35 yet, so we're still at a young age, and it's still.
That's about my age.
Well,
But he's.
are you though?
But
Are
he's
you?
still in this honeymoon period where he's got old Cory and new Cory. And he's trying to meld the two and move on and shed his skin to new Cory that gets cold. Look at his arms are folded. He's
love old
freezing.
Cory.
He's freezing right now. But
So do I. And he's dying, Jerry.
but you can but you can still reference things that old Cory hates, and he can still appreciate that. There's going to be a few years from now, he's not even be able to appreciate things like that. Like, I'll give you for instance, when he was at Mike's, I said I could not believe that not only does Mike have, like, some people have an electric blanket, which is hot enough as it is.
Or hair dryer.
No. Oh, God, that's amazing. You can just turn that away, though.
That was payback probably for something that happened earlier.
Oh, don't.
Keep going.
You don't fucking poke the bear. But
I feel like you already did.
well, yeah, both of you got it coming, so that feather's right into my hat. But anyhow, he has electric mattress toppers, and I'm like, oh my Yeah, so basically a giant heating pad that goes over your entire mattress.
He has that?
No, Mike, my
Oh, I
Uncle
was like,
Mike.
he has that?
And I told Cory, and he's like, Jesus. He's like, I can't even imagine that. I'm like, oh, dude, all I want is like wind and fans coming underneath the blankets, let alone like, I would feel like I'm laying in a skillet. Like, could you imagine that?
Cook some eggs on the bed.
Yeah.
Fry some bacon.
It's breakfast.
So in a couple years from now, we'll come back to that full circle. But right
I don't
now,
know if we'll get that
old,
far.
old school Cory is still thinking that's disgusting.
I can't wait until I see the Cory, the maturation from fish sticks to sea bass. That's going to be
Not in our lifetime, sir. Not going to happen.
I think he's going to keep moving on. I think he's kind of discovering himself. He learned what an oven was, and he'll keep moving forward.
He's like, what the fuck?
You-
Why do you keep fucking with me?
You know, well, they just keep on taking that story and twisting it to their liking.
Don't say they. I'm not jumping in here.
Not
What did I
today.
say?
No, it's it's all me tonight.
Are
But
you still buying shrimp at the dollar store?
oh, dude, I was at the dollar store today. I was going to get you.
I haven't had some
dollar.
dollar
gas
store
station
shrimp in a while.
sushi.
As a matter of fact, speaking of growing up, though, what did I bring tonight for you guys?
Cory brought the finest frozen mussels for tonight.
Do they sell those at the dollar store too?
No, they do not.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
You found a $2
Frozen mussels.
Yeah, you can buy them live for very cheap, but he found frozen ones.
Okay.
The seafood counter was closed.
Frozen mussels.
I didn't know
That
they
just
had a
sounds
seafood
gross.
counter at the dollar store.
They must be. I mean,
At Kroger, ma'am. At Kroger.
they have to be pre-cooked.
The seafood counter was closed.
It still sounds gross.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with them.
Thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you.
I didn't know if you like mussels or not.
I love mussels.
Okay.
Cheers.
Love them.
Todd, cheers.
Oh, one
That's
more,
what she said.
one more shot going out the door.
You guys didn't pre.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
you sons of bitches!
Like, I'm not ready.
Did your hair get in your eyes and you didn't see where the shot?
I feel like I got frozen
didn't.
mussels at 29.
He almost flew out of his chair trying to reach into his
Did he
cooler.
really?
Yeah.
Machu Picchu.
All I see is
Free car.
a very tan Heidi.
Thank you, buddy. I see some very nice cleavage.
Todd, you should have absolutely cut a hole in that part of the shirt and just loud and proud showed off the girls.
Yeah. All right, Fraulein, that is the end of episode 147 for this week. Please join us here next week. And in the meantime, this is on behalf of Nick and Todd and Cory and special guest Gina. This is Bob saying goodbye. See you next weekend.
Gute Nacht, tschüss and bis
Auf
bald.
Wiedersehen.